Well, obviously, I can't answer that. That's a decision for the selectors and the head coach to decide if they're going to go outside the original touring party. Obviously, with the situation as it was when we left the region, we had to travel with a group of 25 people. So we will see what happens there. Obviously, we'll have a discussion with the head selector and see what they come up with. But you obviously disappointed to hear a player being racial abuse, but it does happen. I've seen him come out and said he's going to try and stay off social media a bit, and that's a start. You know, if you stay off social media, they can't racially abuse you from there. So he's got to lay low for a while. He knows he knows what's coming. So you just gotta lay low. Focus on your game, focus on getting back on the park, focus on the people that you can trust and the people that are there for you, and try to block up the rest. Joffrey will be fine. I've been in constant contact with him. I wasn't prepared to leave him out there on a limb. I've been in constant dialogue with him, talking to him and trying to reassure him that, you know, we all make mistakes and you learn from your mistakes and you move on. And I spoke to him yesterday, and he'll be in a good space once the support is got to be there for him. He's a young man, and I will continue to support him. There's no doubt about that, and I'll be there for him. And he knows that if he needs a chat, he can ring me anytime, and I will support him 100%. But when you look at the two guys that's batting at number 6, obviously Blackwood has been very, very good in the series. You know, Jason is a big player for us. He'll put in big performance, but he's made a double 100 back in that 8. He just needs people around him, and Jace knows that. Once he can find partnerships and find some kind of rhythm, he can still be just as disruptive as Ben Stokes. But you also remember that the workload that Jason puts in as a bowler, Ben doesn't put in. Ben will go through 15 overs a day, where Jason will probably go through 20 to 25, and then he's captain as well. So mentally, it's not as easy as people think it is, you know, because he's one of our number one bowlers, and we depend on him for his bowling as well. Where Ben will bowl a lot less, so he can bat a little bit higher than Jason would have. The thing about it, our team department, they're very experienced. We will trust them. We will sit down with them and we will have discussion. They must have been pulling up quite well, because Shannon was ready to go into the nets today and have a bowl. Obviously, it rained and we had to go indoors, and he had to curtail that. But I think they'll be fine. I saw Kimmer last night as well. He was looking fresh. But we're trying to get them to stay off their feet, to get the adequate rest in, get the treatment that they need, because come Friday, there's no second guessing. It's a big test match for us. It's a big test match for the region, and we've just got to be ready. We can't have any excuses. We've got to go there and bring our A game. All 11 players that walk on that park, plus the support staff as well. We've got to be up for it. We've got to push them. We've got to make sure that we're ready. We've got to leave no stone unturned to make sure we get the result that the Caribbean deserves. And obviously it's a big, big test match, not only for people who are here in England, but for people in the Caribbean, all the supporters all around the world. It's a really big test match. A lot of people are going to tune in, you know, and we have got to be really up for it. The key thing, if you look at the first innings, we got early wickets when we won in Southampton. We got off to a decent start in the first innings in Southampton as well with a bat. So for me, those two key areas, if we can blood that new ball and stop England from getting early wickets, and also get early wickets ourselves, that can give us a position of control in the game and try and put them under some kind of pressure. Of course, you know, we're constantly reminding them that they've got a chance to change something that hasn't happened for 32 years, you know. We've played them a few times over the last 2 or 3 years, and we've won odd test matches. We obviously won in the Caribbean. We want to go one step better here in England. We really want to win that test match. We've got to be up for it. Obviously, England's going to be up for it as well, because it's a final. When you look at this game, it's a final for both teams, and whoever puts in a big performance will win the game.